Lions TV full time from a freezing cold SE16 was warmed up inside the ground by 90 minutes of electric football from the young Lions. They've run rampant and beaten Watford by 7 goals to nil. They was 5-0 up at half time. I actually got to the game late. I have no idea how I got the kickoff time wrong, but by the time I turned up, we was already 2-0 up. And as I walked up the stairs into the ground, Romain Esse added the third. You might have thought that could be the end of the goal scoring, but as I said, absolute rout from the young Lions, 7-0 winners and 5-0 up at half-time. Let's go through the team and then we'll have a chat about the game. It was Connell Truman in goal, 4 at the back, Myers, Walker, Evans, and yes, that is club captain Sean Hutchinson, who played the first 45 on his return and recovery from injury. Bangura Williams and Nelson were central midfield, and then this was the key. It was SA in a 10, Nana Boateng on the right, Adam Mayer on the left, and Hearn as a central striker. Hearn has been scoring a lot of goals, of course, for the youth teams, son of ex-Millwall player Charlie Hearn. I still haven't seen him score, but that's the first time I've properly seen him play. I used to watch the 23s/21s religiously, as you'll know if you watch the channel regularly. That sort of slipped away a bit for me, but I will try and get back into it. Really enjoyed today. And if they play here every week or every other week, then I'll definitely be here. But Hearn, first time I've properly seen him today, he put in an absolute shift. He is definitely a Mill-type striker. He scores goals as well, which is a bonus. But the energy that he had chasing down defenders, backlines, goalkeepers, pressing high. And as I said, as an added bonus, he can get in the right places at the right time and score goals. Unfortunately, he did go off injured in the second half. Like he's pulled his hamstring. And he had to be pretty much carried off by Paul Robinson, ex-Mill legend, of course, now assistant to Kevin Nugent, along with another one of the the trainers or the coaches. So best wishes to him. Hopefully he recovers soon from that and gets back to doing what he does best. That's chasing down defenders, goalkeepers and scoring goals. But yeah, look, I said it was 2-0 by the time I turned up. And then as I've come up the stairs to, as you know, you're going by the kitchen stand just behind me there into the executive lounge, we had a third good feed from Romain Esse, and he scores from the edge of the box. And then after that, Nana Boateng, who I'm going to talk about a bit more in more detail, he was absolutely brilliant, Boateng. I would say Boateng and George Walker, along with Lawson as well, were our 3 standout players, but they all played really, really well. Boateng goes down the right-hand side, gets into the area. Could have been a little bit self-indulgent if he didn't cut it back, which I wanted him to do. But look, he gets his head down, he goes for goal, he's brought down, wins the penalty, steps up, sends the keeper the wrong way. After scoring the 4th, Boateng then goes on to create the 5th, assisting Lawson, who made a brilliant run through the midfield. Boateng slotted him in beautifully, and he gets beyond that run. I always say I'd like to see beyond through centre-backs and full-backs in between that slotted gap. And Boateng got his spot on, slotted him in, and it's a tidy finish from Lawson for 5-0 at the break. Hutchinson went off at half-time. That will no doubt be as precaution, just to get him minutes back on the ball and get him ready for Leeds away on Sunday. And then in the second half, it started out as a little bit more of an even contest. I won't say a non-event because things definitely got going again. Connell Truman and goal had very, very little to do. There was one shot from the angle, which he saved really well, actually, and held on to it as well. It come with some serious pace. And then after that, Hearn goes off injured with that injury that I mentioned earlier. Abdul Malik comes on, and Abdul Malik looked really good when he came on. He then scores the 5th. Again, Boateng and himself involved. Started in the centre circle, played out to Boateng. Boateng goes on a run. Abdul Malik continues his run through the middle. Boateng slots him back in, and it's a tidy finish from Abdul Malik for 6-0. And then it becomes 7. By this point, again, it's an onslaught as well, by the way. Corners, shots, off the line. Watford were at 6s and 7s. Well, excuse the pun, that weren't even planned. They was at 6s. They were soon at 7s. And the final goal was probably some good goals. That is probably the pick of the bunch. Again, is Boateng, free kick in, and the defender, Evans, from the back, he sort of gets beyond the ball. So by the time he controls the ball, it's almost behind him. He's got his back to goal. He controls it side foot. It bounces up in the air, and an acrobatically overhead kick, bicycle kick, call it what you like. He gets some serious power behind it as well and fires it down the centre of the goal for 7-0. I was speaking to a few people after the game, and they're saying, what is this? Where our youth teams do well. They won the league a couple of years ago, the under 23s, 21s, or was it last year? I don't know. We've got the under 18s in semi-finals against, Leeds in the FA Youth Cup. We had the Youth Cup game a couple of years ago against Chelsea, didn't we? You had the teams past I always think back to the 2023s, it was then, the glory days. For me, Hayden Muller, Bessart Topolo, Sam Skeffett and George Alexander. I love that side. But none of them really seem to go on. No disrespect to any of them, but they don't seem to go on to bigger and better things in their career. And I'm looking through that team today, and I've picked out George Walker, Boateng and Lawson as three of our best players. A lot of them played well, but Abdul Malik as well come on and scored. And none of these players are getting anywhere near our first team. Boateng now is 21 years old. He's been out on loan at Woking. Abdul Malik's also been out on loan along with George Walker. I think they went out on loan to, what's his name? You got no fans? Fuck me. Wellstone. Got there in the end. They went out on loan to Wellstone this season. And I don't know what it is, this transition where we have good youth teams that produce good players, that play well together, they're exciting, that score lots of goals, and they win their leagues and they get to cup finals. But when you look at that last transition between the youth teams and the first teams, it's very difficult to understand why that process sort of breaks down at that stage. And I can't put my finger on it, but let's not worry about it too much for now. Let's enjoy that win. It was a really good day, albeit cold, in SE16, where it finishes. Millwall under 21 7. I nearly couldn't say it then because I couldn't believe the scoreline. Millwall 21's 7, Watford under 21's 0. There'll be a post-match for Saturday. Up later tonight, there'll be a video out every day this week, pretty much, other than Saturday, including the podcast Wednesday. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.